Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. We're looking at the Bitcoin US dollar index on the weekly time frame. And I want to point out this green line. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So that green line here on the weekly chart touches the wick of this candle on December 19th, 2022. The wick of this candle on the week of March 6, 2023, and the week of this candle here, wick of this weekly candle on June 12th, 2023. All right, because when you switch to a daily time frame, which we're about to do, that changes a little bit. So now we're on a daily time frame, looking at the same chart. And we got Europe in there. You can see that it's off a little bit there, and clearly off a little bit there. And it seems to hit something here pretty well. Anyway, so that's that. Now I want to direct your attention to the green circles and the thinner white line. Oh, it's actually a parallel channel. Now, this white parallel channel, as accurately as I can get it, has contact points in all these yellow circles. With the upper portion, this is a key point right here. 13th of October is the bottom of all markets, aside from any black swan events. So the top hits here, it hits here. Center line hits some candles in this range. This one as best as we can get it, and including the most important ones like this bottom here. It's this wick, this wick as much as possible in March. Has lots of contact points here, there, many contact points. So this parallel channel is of significance because of all the points that it has. The point of all this is because I'm trying to determine where we are at here currently. And I readjusted my previous lines because it's hard because these wicks, these candles are so spread out, and you really have to zoom in. And it depends on if you're on a daily or a weekly or what have you. So this is current price action on a different chart, but still the same Bitcoin US dollar index. So the the parallel channel that we were looking at on the previous chart of significance is this blue channel here. I gotta really zoom out. Yeah, let me go on a daily time frame. So the white channel is this blue channel here. You can see it hits that October low and the bottom here, and hits these other points here. The center line cuts through all that. There's a bunch of other lines on top of it here, so it's hard to see. So that's our white channel. Now this white dotted line is that other green line that goes on a weekly time frame. It hits here, it hits here. So when we zoom in, we'll zoom in on daily. You can see this dotted line, which is the weekly one, and this blue one end up in different locations. And so we'll go on an hourly now. And you can see that if you go by the one drawn on a weekly time frame, that trend line of support turned resistance, we are currently just snaking through it, above and below it. We hit right on it here. But I don't believe that's the accurate one we should be looking at. The blue one, which is the one I believe to be very significant, is way up here, where we initially came to, but since Thursday at 800 hours, we've been trading below it. And we need to get above that. So the way I had my lines drawn before, I had this blue line in here somewhere. I must have had it. I must have drawn it on a weekly time frame or something like that, so that it was consistent somewhat with this dashed line. So I've erased a lot of lines, and I've made all these lines that are going this direction, the same direction as this blue line and this red line and this yellow line here. All the lines going in that direction are all parallel with one another with the blue line, except this white dotted line. Okay, just so you know all that. That's one thing here. And all the other lines that are crisscrossing it are parallel to our original parallel channels that we had been trading in, these green ones here. And this one going downwards and this one going upwards. Now they were forming a symmetrical triangle here, and we did hook around it, break out of it, but since then we're just consolidating sideways within various versions of that symmetrical triangle with lines just simply extended out. And so let's see currently what we're doing. We have come down pretty low. But as you can see, we came down pretty low here, down to 34, 160 something. But we bounced off of this line. So we are continuing to hold within pretty much this white line, which is parallel to. Oh, okay. So this white line is parallel to our main parallel channel. It's just down a few. So that's kind of cool. and that would be forming a big, well, either they're all forming triangles. We're just consolidating, but we do have some sort of structure here that we are respecting. Uh, Essentially, trading in a parallel channel going upwards here. Um, yep, that's about it. And so, what are we going to do? We got this green line, which marks the end of the month, starts a new month, November. That is in, well, I don't know. I'd have to switch to a daily time frame. I don't know what time it is now. 7:37 where I am. So, in about 9.5 hours, we're going to be starting a new month. Happy Halloween, everybody. Um, and then the lavender line here marks the FOMC meeting at, I have it at 1800. Is that right? 25, that would be 2500. Wait, 1800. That would be 1100 where I am. And that's 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock on the East Coast. So that is right. So I guess we're just going sideways either until we start a new month or the FOMC meeting. I don't know. I don't know why the FOMC meeting is significant at all. Seriously. But that's what we're doing. And by the way, I bought some more. The other thing is, what I didn't understand is look at the. I mean, look at the selling pressure here. I was amazed by that. All the selling pressure here. I was certain right here when we were going up that we were gonna bust right through, but I don't. I seriously don't understand this trading action. Just let it go. They're selling here and buying back down here, or do these people think we're gonna? I mean, or shorting or whatever they're doing? Do they think we're gonna dump to 31.5? No, we're not. We're not dumping, people. It's too much. If there is any sort of a dump, it's not going to get very far, and it's going to get all bought up. People are going to get so wrecked, and it's just going to drive the price really, really high. People think we're going to come down here, I think, or something. Let's just measure that. Of course, anything's possible, but it's not that much. It's just 7% move, but that's a big dump. I just don't see it happening. I mean, you just have to have so much people shorting, and they'd be out of their minds to do that. Anyway, I don't get it. I don't get it. So there's so much positive sentiment out there. I just don't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, I gotta get out of here. See you next time. Oh, somebody's calling me. It's a scam. Scam likely. All right. Well, I just wanted to add on a little bit here. So when we do break out, um, I guess a target would be, you know, this measured arrow from the bottom of this uh, symmetrical-ish triangle pattern that we're forming here. and that, I placed it here, which is where we originally broke out, I guess, right there. Anyway, it's just kind of general, but it does bring us up to the top of our green parallel channel, which makes perfect sense. And that green parallel channel is, I've gone over this, you can see it here. It's a channel we've been trading in forever. And truly what I believe we're doing, let's get this guy like this. Truly what I believe we're doing is, if we can get a picture here. We have the green parallel channel that we've been trading in since, you can go all the way back to here, September of 22. This green parallel channel we've been trading in. Traded a little above it here, but for the most part, we've been within this channel. But also, since the FTX collapse, we've been trading in this blue channel. And we fell out of it back into the green channel. And I believe that this is the point where we will transition back into the blue channel from this green channel. Should be interesting. And see the bottom of the blue is converging with the green, so that makes perfect sense. So maybe what we do is break out up into this range. Let's zoom in a little bit more on the daily time frame. Kind of, we're here now. Break up to like this green X here, and or maybe even above the green channel a little bit, and do some more consolidation in this range before heading upwards. We'd probably want to start heading up to the center line of this blue channel at least. And see, that gets us to this $42,000 target, and I think that's the range we're going to see in the month of November, between 38 and 42,000 trading up in here. Probably, between the top of the green channel and the center line of the blue channel here. That's what I'm looking at. That makes sense to me. Um, and as far as the selling pressure that we're getting here, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's as if someone's holding the price down for. And I know everybody's. You got the big institutions that are all accumulating. That's why it doesn't make any sense that it would dump down here. That anybody in their right mind would give up their Bitcoin at this point in the market when we're about to start a nice bull run. I just bought some more last night. I bought $600 worth at 34,243. Um, and I'm just throwing every nickel and dime I can at this thing because I know this is my last chance to get any Bitcoin at these prices. And anybody selling now, I don't understand it. Or shorting. I think we're going to see a lot of wreckage coming up. Anyway, okay.